podcast with Amanda, Shandy, and Colleen. My name is Colleen.
My name is Amanda.
And I'm Shandy.
Welcome to the show, everybody. This is season 6, episode 10, episode number, I didn't write it down. Quick. Somebody stare at the outline. What is it? Episode
10,
number 235. There we go. Even though we've said it, I still have to compulsively write it down. Because that's how I'll flip back next week and be like, what was it? Here we are in September. Crazy.
I know.
Yeah.
And like solidly into September.
Yeah.
Well,
A week.
What day is it? Hold on.
The 7th.
We're a weekend.
We're a weekend. All right, I'll give you solidly in is like
yeah. There's more
next week.
More September to go than there is September we have lived.
Sure, but like we'll be in the tens at the end of the week. So
that's true. We'll be solid. We could make a case that by the time this comes out, we'll be solidly in it. Sort
Fair.
of.
Okay.
True.
Yeah.
Kind
I
of.
can get on board with that.
We'll be softly, solidly in it.
We'll be semi-hard in it.
Yeah, we'll be semi-hard into it.
That's more appropriate.
Yeah. Just needs a couple more. Jason's D just needs a couple more strokes before we're solidly into it.
Don't rush him. He needs time.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon.
Likes a slow build.
Exactly. Anyways, how's it going? Amanda, how is it being back your whole one day as of recording this back in the working world?
I'm tired, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm real tired.
I'm sorry.
It was a day. It was yeah. I mean, in a lot of ways, I feel like I don't really have a leg to stand on complaining because I'm still remote. I'm still like completely home. We're very blessed that we live in New York. So both Daniel and I got 12 weeks of paid family leave from our state government. So when I went back to work, he still had 7 weeks of leave that he could take off. So we just traded places. So she is still in the same space as me and I can pop out the door and see her. So like, I really feel like I don't have room to be complaining because there's so many people that have it so much harder. And I don't even know how working mothers do it because I thought today was really hard. And like, I had it really easy comparatively. The hardest thing about today was that like they went out for a 2-hour walk and it was a really nice day and I wanted to go.
Yeah.
That was the hardest part of my
Aww.
And you know, it also, though, it might be more difficult because you're seeing what you're missing.
Yeah, there is that. Yeah, and she just had a really good day today. She kind of went through, like, she had a really rough day on Friday. We thought she was starting to teethe, and then all of a sudden she's been like this like angel baby like yesterday and today.
Aww.
So I think she might have been working through some like internal developmental thing, but she was just like the most perfect, cute, adorable baby today. So I think that made it even all the more hard because you're like, oh, but you're not doing any of the really like annoying stuff.
Yeah. It does get a little bit easier. It does. The older they get, and the more you just get used to not being there, you know.
Yeah. Well, and it's also like I've been away for 4.5 months. I don't know anything from anything. I had 1,924 emails in my inbox to sort through. I'm up to July. I think I have like 850 emails to go.
Oh my God.
So, it was just like a lot of mindless work. And I had like a couple of meetings. So I think that helped me really stay on track. Like the fact that there was going to be people seeing me and I had to like speak words to other people.
Right.
But we'll see. Yeah. We'll see how tomorrow goes. And I think it will get harder and then easier. Like it'll get harder as I sort of get through the emails, which is like the obvious thing. And then it's like, oh crap. Well, now I have to figure out how to insert myself into work.
Yeah.
Where, people have been figuring out how to do my work without me for several months. And,
right.
you don't want to muck things up by trying to take back work too early. And like, if things are now working better, like I don't want to upset the apple cart. And I just, it's going to get harder, I think, before it gets easier.
And that is one of the really tough things about like being out on paid family leave and then coming back in, is that the systems change, things are different. Whoever's doing it might have a different way of doing it. And then, I used to live in fear of like, oh my God, at review time, are they going to be like, actually, we really like the way that so-and-so did this while you were gone. And why didn't you think of that? Which is a thing that happened to me at one point. Jay took a month off when Zachary was born and got passed up. And he took off the what was it? The 8 weeks or 12 weeks after Alex was born. And both times he got passed up for a promotion immediately after that. Both times. So... yeah,
dude, that is super shitty. But I remember hearing or reading something that like the greatest way to equalize, to like reach salary equality is for some way to like sort of force men or like strongly encourage them to also take leave. Because it's not that women are like choosing jobs that pay less and blah 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 and all the reasons that you'll hear. It's that like women take off time for maternity leave and men sometimes either don't or take off very little. So yeah, that sucks for Jay. But it's like that's usually,
well, and that usually is what happens
to like how many women.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
No, that's true. It's like I came back to work and I saw a bunch of people had brand new titles in their signatures.
Damn.
And I mean, granted, I also, when looking through my stuff, because I had to figure out how to update my my beneficiaries and all that stuff. And I did get a merit increase. So like, your girl's doing fine. Like,
good.
Nice.
Don't worry. Everything's okay. But I already saw it that, in the 4 months I was gone, we went from everyone got a pay decrease to everyone got their salary restored, then some, then promotions. And, I'll now probably have to wait like several cycles again until, also it's nonprofit. So, promotions are less frequent, like whatever, that's my cross to bear. I chose this field. It's fine.
Right. It is tough. It's tough being away from a position and a company for a certain period of time and then jumping back in. And I don't know. I'm also trying to not be bitter about what happened to me. And the whole fact that they paid me the wrong amount of maternity leave and then expected me to pay it back. So fuck them.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Yeah, that's some bullshit. That's some bullshit.
In which I had to take a salary cut twice for two paychecks in a row. And I know, again. But, it is tough because you then feel like you have to work extra hard to be like, wait, I'm still here. I still have value. I still have worth. All the while, you're still kind of like, but I'm still here. I still have worth. I still want to do this, but I actually still want to be home with my kid.
Yeah.
Because they're still a baby and I'm not sleeping at all.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, I'm also now coming back as like this, I'm like in this weird kind of middle management place where like I have people that I manage and it's coming. This was a great opportunity for them to take on some new responsibility with me being out. And to be a good manager, you want to continue to encourage their growth. So it's like, I don't want to take back too many things that will then sideline them again. So it's coming back in a way where I'm going to be beneficial, but also allow them to continue on their upward trajectory, which is what a good manager should do. So it's like, how can I come back in a way that like, I'm going to, be helping myself and my own career, but then I'm also not sidelining my, the person I manage that has been doing such great work while I've been out and really seemed to have blossomed, which is what I was really hoping was going to happen.
Oh,
I didn't realize how rewarding that was going to be, where you sort of set people up and hope that they're going to like rise to the challenge and then they do. and they're like really happy about it, and you're like,
oh, yes, that's awesome.
Yes.
That's why when Jay was doing the like HR kind of management for Apple, and he would like, you know, do all the one-to-ones and like be the person that they like went to for like, you know, pep talks and training. That's why that was his favorite like job that he's ever done.
Yeah.
He loved mentoring
I can
people. He loved mentoring people, and that's why he loved that. But now he gets to, you know, be the manager that teaches other people how to be managers. So he likes that too.
Oh,
that's nice.
Oh, he's doing the Lord's work there.
He is. He is.
I wish all companies had that position. I would have benefited very much from that.
He did like 3 or 4 training sessions today. Like, but I was like, oh my God, do you have to like create 4 different ones? Because, you know, I, as the person that coordinated all that stuff, but never actually like, you know, had to put them together to present. I was like, what is it like from the other side? And so anyway, yes, Amanda, that is, the long story short, TLDR, if you will.
If you will.
It's apparently satisfying to teach somebody something and then have them succeed. Fly,
Yes.
if you will.
I would agree with that.
Which I guess in a slight way, I do take pride when like I explain something to the kids and then like they recall it like the next day and like do it, because that is pretty awesome. That is a sense of accomplishment.
Yeah, I can see that.
Did you guys have a good Labor Day weekend?
Yes. Yeah, it was very quiet. Well, yeah, it was quiet, but like we just hung around Brooklyn. We went to the zoo. We went to the Prospect Park Zoo. That was kind of fun. We went to the beach. We just kind of like, yeah,
Nice.
hung around, had some family time, and just kind of ended maternity leave in like a very sort of zen place.
Nice.
Yeah. it was nice.
Awesome. What about you, Shandy Pants?
It was pretty quiet too, like pretty chill. We went out on Friday and that was fun. But Fiona again like progressively stopped eating over the weekend.
Oh no, baby girl.
I know. So then I had to take her in today and she got a steroid and we're gonna see how that works. But our regular vet, who I love, has been on vacation for the last 2 weeks.
Right.
Which I mentioned, yeah, she's coming back tomorrow. But I didn't feel like we should wait till tomorrow because she had gone for like 48 hours without eating by today. And actually, I don't know if she's eaten yet today. Maybe while I was at work, I'm not sure. But so yeah, the person we ended up seeing, I was like not super a fan of, but at least she got her steroid. Yeah. And our actual vet's supposed to call us tomorrow. And then I made another appointment for Saturday with her. So
Yeah.
hopefully
That's
we can
good.
like figure out
Right,
a more long-term plan of action.
Right. Did they give her like the appetite stimulant or anything?
So we still had that left and we used it over the weekend, but it didn't
Nothing.
Like, it didn't really do anything. And she'd like look at her bowl like she wanted to eat but couldn't. So, and actually like it was interesting though, because I think these are like pretty much the exact same symptoms as what happened when we were gone.
Yeah.
And so I was telling Franca, I was like, hey, like it's not our fault for leaving. Like she wasn't like
Right.
depressed. We're not like, we maybe gave ourselves a little bit more importance than we really were. It was just like, you know, really unfortunate timing. And had we not been out of town, we may have brought her into the vet a day or two early, but it wasn't like because we left. I think it's just, again, like the vet originally said, like there's something chronic going on. But if we can give her like regular steroids, because they only did the short-term one the first time to see like how things would go, and it really helped. So I'm hoping that the vet will be like, okay, let's do like the month-long steroid, and she'll just come in, you know, every month, and then we'll see.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we'll see. She's still, I mean, she was walking around and
yeah.
So
poor girl.
Yeah.
she was back up to 7 pounds, but then she lost.
So tiny.
I know. For a cat that's like her whole life has weighed 10.5 pounds, like but that was an increase from before. But now she's like kind of back to the weight that she was kind of when we came back from Hawaii. So
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's been like a bit of a roller coaster with her, but she's still ticking. And I'm glad she got that steroid today, and then we'll see what the vet says the rest of this week.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, focus on the positive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thoughts and prayers. Yeah. For real.
For real thoughts.
But I mean it.
Yes. Yes, but actual ones. Also, actually, I bitched and complained about how expensive the Big Sur Marathon became. Which, I know, they're a nonprofit. It's post-COVID. They had 2 years essentially without their marathon. I get it, but it was already expensive, and now it's just insanely expensive. So I was like, fuck that. When I first saw the prices, I was like, fuck that. Never doing Big Sur again. And then, of course, on the last day that you could put your name into the random drawing, I was like, well, fuck. I had to just put my name in. And today I got the email that I got in.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Congratulations. Now you have, 7 months to train?
Yeah, I mean, it's totally long enough, but I'm just so out of shape. It's just pre-COVID, not as good of shape as before, and then add on the COVID shelter in place. It's just shit got real bad. So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Well, to be fair, I feel like probably everybody else is in the same boat. So collectively, it'll probably be a slower race because everyone's kind of feeling the post-pandemic weight gain. You won't be alone, I think.
Yeah.
So
well, honestly,
don't worry.
When I did it in 2019, it was my worst race ever in the history of me running. So hopefully,
was that when you hurt your quad or your glutes? Didn't you hurt something?
It was my ass hurt.
Yeah, your glutes. Okay,
it's not my ass, but it's not my glutes. It's in the middle of my pelvis. It's really
okay.
It's kind of hard to explain.
That's okay.
Yeah, but it's neither my ass nor my vagina. I don't know.
It's the space in between.
The in between.
It's in there somewhere.
Or what in the
space between.
Special, it's the House of Douglas or whatever. Is it that?
Okay.
I don't know, but
Douglas.
That sounds familiar.
The House of
something of Douglas. It's it's a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say the space between my ass and veg. The ice pack waiting for you.
Yeah. I did though. I don't think I mentioned it on the podcast, but I have a coworker who is essentially in
hospice, right?
In hospice. And when I sort of was texting with her basically to say goodbye, she was an avid runner, and I mentioned that, and she was like, it's crazy how life can change, so run all the races. It's all right, Cindy, I'll run this race for you. I'm doing it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
No excuses.
No excuses.
Yeah.
Get someone else to run for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear Shandy marathon training updates.
Me too. Because my whole body hurts, so one of us has got to be in good shape.
My training regimen as of right now, as of a week ago, is to try to do 20 to 30 minutes of yoga a day.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good.
And that's about
great.
it.
That's great.
At some point, I'll add in actual running.
Yeah, I've gotten. Did I tell you I was up to 6 miles actually in under an hour? So I was very proud of that.
Nice.
That's really good.
I know.
Yeah.
I thought so too because I run on the loop with hills, so at 100%
that's
walk.
really
Extra good.
No, I would 100% get to halfway up the hill running and then walk it for several different hills, which is why I think it wasn't it was a 10-minute pace because I would definitely I'm lazy.
I will completely run the whole time, and I still do a 10-minute pace. So you're fine.
Thanks.
You're fine.
Nice.
I don't know. Yeah, the end.
Yeah, no, I bought new shoes halfway through the pandemic, and then I realized I can't run with a mask on, and then I got pregnant. So those poor shoes are just collecting dust.
They're waiting for you. They're waiting for you.
Yep.
Next summer.
That's where I was going with this, though. So I have decided that, so we're going to Anaheim for 36 hours this upcoming weekend, September 11th to 12th. Yeah, 36 hours in Anaheim is going to be my hashtag. Jay's going to a He-Man convention, like Masters of the Universe.
I'm sorry, what?
Cool.
So it's called PowerCon. He's going for Geek Dad Life with our friend Caesar.
Is there tent too?
Probably.
Sorry,
I don't know.
You're
I don't know.
The story, and I'm trying to be stupid.
No. They're fair. Yeah. So anyway, he was going to do that, and there was like toy exclusives, and that was like the main reason why he wanted to go, because he wanted to get these toy exclusives. But then Caesar, our friend from back in the day of podcasting, told him last night that the shipment is stuck on like, I don't know, in the middle of the ocean somewhere. How the fuck they transported it? So it wouldn't actually be in there. Yeah, it wouldn't actually be there. So he was like, that was the only reason I was going. But it's okay. We are still going to go. So he's going to do that because it wasn't really the only reason he was going. He wants to see his friends too. We leave at 6:45 in the morning on Saturday morning. And then we land at 6:25 in the morning on Monday morning. And then we're going to work. So that's going to be awesome. Ooh. Oh, I know. I'm going to ask to switch to work. I was also supposed to have my yearly OBGYN appointment at 9:30 on Monday morning. And I was like, wow.
Don't do that.
Can't wait to get a pap smear on 2 hours of sleep.
Yeah, don't do that.
But I think that I'm going to reschedule it. Well, I was thinking of rescheduling it, but not taking it off my work calendar so I could just sleep until like 10:30.
It's not a bad idea.
But no, because at some point I'm going to have to reschedule said appointment, and they're going to be like, you know, how many doctors? Because I also have my regular yearly
They
GP.
don't need to know.
I know.
You got dentists.
People don't pay attention to other people.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, no, that's true.
That's true.
You can go to the same doctor for multiple things because you have to check up on something, and that's none of their business.
Very true. Exactly. But I feel like that's also bad karma. But anyway, I'm going to ask if I can work, because I usually work from home Tuesdays, Thursdays, if I can switch it to Monday and Thursday next week. And it's not because I'm not going to do the work, like I'll still do work, but I'm going to be a heinous bitch because I'm going to be tired. And I would prefer to be a bitch at home by myself in this room. So,
that's fair.
But I'm really excited. So we're going to, I have mapped out, I solved a whole bunch of geocache puzzles in Anaheim around our convention center, around our hotel rather. So I'm going to go, Jay's going to go to his thingy. I'm going to go geocaching, and then we're going to go to In-N-Out and see Ralph and his wife Stevie, which is exciting. Aww. And then the next day we're going to see Ryan, who was Jay's best man, Amanda, and his wife. Yeah.
What a nice guy he was.
Yeah, he's super awesome.
He still is. I'm sure he's still a nice guy.
Yeah, still is. So we're gonna see him and his wife. We're gonna meet them at Dodgers Stadium. We're gonna go see a Dodgers game because it's the Padres. I'm sorry.
Action packed.
It is, because I don't do anything. Hello, do you not know me? I can't sit still, as you guys know. So looking forward to it. Padres game, woo. And then we leave at 10:30 at night and get in at 6:30 in the morning. And it's going to be great. Great. But we did go to the movies this weekend. That we saw Shang-Chi, which is the new Marvel movie. And it's pretty awesome.
Nice.
Totally recommend seeing it if you are into the Marvel movies. Awkwafina is in it.
I do like Awkwafina.
And the whole time, you know, every time she talked, Zachary was like, that's Sisu, because that's the name of the dragon in Raya and the Last Dragon, who Awkwafina also plays.
Does she always have the same accent? Because I feel like a queen's accent is very hard to shake.
Yes, a queen's accent is very hard to shake. She perpetually does sound like she's from Queens. But it's a little bit different, but it's still her voice. It's still enough so that Zachary recognized her, because he had no idea what she looked like. He was just like, I know that voice.
Oh, that's cute.
So, and Alex did great. Luckily, half the movie is in Chinese, so Alex couldn't get scared because he had no idea what was going on. Because he couldn't read the subtitles. I was distracting him by like whispering in his ear, summarizing in very gentle terms what some of the subtitles said, which at one point he was like, "Stop bothering me," and he pushed me away.
Oh, he's so funny.
And then another point during the movie, he was like, "I have to go poop." I was like, "All right, let's go."
And he still thought it was a good movie.
And he still thought it was a good movie. Because at the end, like, there's a, scene where, like, dragons and monsters and stuff are fighting each other. And that stuff doesn't scare my kids. Like, they're all in for that stuff. It's like the suspense and the tension. And thankfully, the suspense and the tension part was primarily in the beginning of the movie. So once the action started at the end, he was, not scared at all. So, but yeah, it was really super great. I totally recommend it.
Nice.
So.
Nice.
And then before we move on, I really need to give a huge shout out and happy birthday to Joanne with a Plan, who had her birthday on September 2nd.
Happy birthdays.
Woohoo! Happy birthday, Joanne. I hope that you had a good birthday.
Yeah.
Indeed.
And then on a sadder note, one of our listeners, Linda, passed away on September 1st. And I just wanted to have a moment for her. And, thank you for listening. And we'll miss interacting with you on the Facebook page. And rest in peace.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And then we have, I guess, one more important thing to talk about. Are we doing a Halloween party this year? Because if we are, we should say it now.
Yeah. Why would we not?
Fantastic! October 26th, everyone, mark it down. We're doing our live Zoom Halloween show. Start planning your costumes now. Woohoo! All right. Yeah, live. Everybody. Everybody mark it down on your calendars. And start planning your costumes. I'm very upset because my children don't want to do a family-themed costume this year. And my in-laws don't want to come trick-or-treating at my house. They want to, and have my party at my house. They want to do it at Jay's parents' house. So I'm like, I'm losing everything this year. I'm losing my Halloween costumes. I'm losing my Halloween party. I'm actually kind of upset about it. But, I'm a big girl. I'll get over it.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. It is what it is. But yeah, okay. Mark it down. October 26th. All right. Moving on. I had found this a couple of weeks ago, and it should be pretty quick. Non-Americans are sharing their biggest WTF moments after visiting the United States.
Oh, dear.
It's from BuzzFeed. Actually, it's from an Ask Reddit thread that BuzzFeed very kindly compiled the best answers for me. So, the first one is free refills. I was confused when a waiter asked if I was drinking Pepsi, but I replied with a hesitant yeah, while he was looking at my still half-full glass of soda. And then he took away my glass, leaving me even more confused before returning seconds later with a totally full glass of Pepsi. Do they not do refills in other countries?
Apparently not.
I can't speak for all the countries, but yeah, in France that's not a thing.
Yeah. Interesting.
I mean, soda
so
costs
stingy.
nothing,
Yeah.
so it should be free.
Ugh, and it has no
For the
redeeming
refills.
qualities.
This person, I don't know where they stayed, but no, I'm just kidding. Complete strangers asking me how I'm doing. The obsession
Checks
with
out.
putting ranch or ketchup on everything.
Or together, ranch and ketchup, because it's delicious.
No.
I'm sorry. Mustard
No.
on fries is not that good.
Oh, I like mustard on fries.
I like
Depends on the
mustard
type
on
of
everything.
mustard. Yeah, like not like a yellow mustard, but like a spicy mustard
Or a honey mustard. Jinx.
It's delicious on fries.
All right, well, you all are...
Or ranch.
More European.
I will literally.
It's the mayonnaise. The mayonnaise on fries is the thing I don't understand.
Oh, I'll do a Duke's mayo on fry.
Yeah, see, I feel like that's a very European and that's a very like South American thing, and I just cannot.
Yeah, and it's also not good, yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
It's delicious. What are you talking about?
I mean,
ranch
but
is like half
the
mayo,
mayonnaise
but-
negates delicious. Like it's just a
no, you need to have the Duke's mayo. It's the best.
I don't
but
know what that
The
is.
only mayonnaise
It's
that
a
is
brand
good
of mayo.
is homemade mayonnaise, and that is like the best.
I could see that.
It's like a world apart. I still wouldn't necessarily eat it on fries, but it would.
Okay,
If I
well,
was
maybe
gonna-
not on fries, but on my burger, I do mayo, mustard, and sometimes ranch if it's depending it's a spicy burger or not. If it's spicy, I
Oh
mean, if
man,
we
you
grill it.
fancy. That's a lot of condiments.
I know. All my calories come from the condiments. And then I slather pickles on it. It's great.
But all of those sound great on a burger, but just, fries.
Fair, but I do not like ketchup at all.
I don't like ketchup either.
Yeah. I know we've
Ketchup
talked
is,
about this.
Yeah, I think it's overhyped, loved, over.
Yeah.
It's not. I agree. It's not that great, but so that's why you mix it with the ranch.
I can distinctly trace back my dislike of ketchup to when my mom used to make us eat the fish sticks growing up, like the frozen fish sticks, not
With
fish
ketchup.
sticks, but yeah, with ketchup. And I hated the taste of the fish sticks and slathered too much ketchup on it. And to this day, I can't have ketchup without tasting that, and it makes me want to gag.
Yeah,
That's fair. That's
yeah,
fair.
that's
I do
totally
like
fair.
curried ketchup though. I feel like that I can get behind. Trader
maybe.
Joe's makes a curry ketchup that's quite good.
Interesting.
But yeah, by itself, it's sugary tomato paste.
All right, the next one is there's so much water in your toilet bowls that you could go for a swim in there. Listen, Donald Trump worked really hard to change the water pressure of the shower and the toilets. Do you remember that whole tirade he had on Twitter one day? And at like rallies?
Blissfully no.
Okay, so Trump had this thing that he used to talk about how the water pressure was bad, and like he wanted to make it a thing so that way you didn't have to flush 10 or 12 times after you went to the bathroom, and everyone was like, dude, I think that might be a you thing. So
Yeah, you might want to get that looked at.
Right. And also, is this like every toilet or just like in the White House? Like what?
I don't know, but apparently he was very upset about the toilet pressure. I feel like the showers was also a thing, but like, yeah, I distinctly remember people being like, well, Trump just told us how hard his shits are. So
I know a nice thing though. This is the first time I've heard anyone talk about Trump in at least 48 hours
oh,
in my
fantastic.
sphere of influence. And I feel like that's really nice. I feel like there was a time where that was an impossibility. So
Yeah.
I'll take it.
The next one is when I discovered Fruit Loops with marshmallows. I genuinely did not think it was possible to make Fruit Loops more unhealthy, but you guys did it. I love your work.
That's what we're here for. Sugary
Yep.
cereal.
If you're going to have cereal, I mean, why have healthy cereal? What is
Yeah.
the point of that?
The number of American flags flying. I was going to count the number of flags I saw during my 2 weeks in Florida, but I gave up on the ride from the Miami airport to South Beach.
That's real. We
Yeah.
were at the beach on Monday, and there was a family that was sort of set up fairly close to us, and they had an American flag. They didn't have a beach
fucking
umbrella,
weird.
but they had an American flag.
It is
And it was
fucking
just- yeah,
weird.
it was weird. It was weird.
It's like, does nobody else feel like this is like, tending towards fascism? Like, what the hell are y'all doing on your giant ass truck, putting like 2 giant flags on each side, rolling around town?
I think a lot of, I mean, I don't remember pre 9/11, but I think the flag thing really like got
Oh, it
like
I remember
overdrive after 9/11.
Yeah. Oh,
I remember being like, holy shit.
And now I think assholes like the ones at the beach put up the flags because they're like, we won't kneel for this flag. We're going to stand, except we're going to sit under it because we're using it as a beach towel.
right. Just like attached to the back of someone's beach chair. Like,
It's the strangest thing.
Yeah.
It is like, so speaking of people who put their flags on their trucks, like I do kind of feel like the two are similar in that it's like, what are you compensating for? Like, why do you need to, I don't know.
It's a whole like
why do you
I'm a
just
real
shove it in everyone's
American.
face?
It's a whole like I'm a real American. An older generation, I can see like most of them fought in like, a war and like that was a kind of a thing. But like the younger people our age who have like the Confederate flags and the American flags and the thin blue line flag, which the Blue Lives Matter Thin Blue Line flag drives me insane because they literally like took the American flag and changed it. But they're upset when somebody kneels for the national anthem, but they're creating their own flag, which feels distinctly unpatriotic to me. But that is just a personal peeve of mine that drives me crazy. But I feel like those people that do that are like, I'm a bigger American, those social, communist, liberal people who just want to take my hard-earned money that I got from my welfare check and give it to somebody else who doesn't deserve it because their skin's a different color than mine.
Right. It's very much like, I have the smallest penis in the world, so I'm going to show you how big of an American I am. It's fucking weird. And like, even if people fought in a fucking war, like, I don't get it. I don't. I truly just don't. I think that patriotism is fucking weird and dangerous.
And so do these non-Americans. So, moving on before we get ourselves in trouble. Just the general weird attitude about alcohol. I was carded to get into a bar in the United States when I was 29 years old. Meanwhile, I'd been drinking in pubs in England for 13 years without having to show ID. Yeah. Well, that was just so they could tax a whole bunch of states more, or whatever it was. Plus, we're like a Puritan state.
Yeah. We have a very strange relationship with alcohol.
We do.
For sure.
Almost as weird as our relationship with our guns.
There's a comment under this, actually, like a follow-up, and it says, a few of us Brits went for a drink at lunchtime, and our American friends were basically ready to refer us to Alcoholics Anonymous. It's true, but in like Britain, their beer is all like what 3 or 4% beer, right? It's not even.
Oh, I have no idea.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure like it's not high like blood alcohol content because
so they're not drinking IPAs and all that nonsense
in the middle of the day. No, which as an IPA drinker was very frustrating to me when I was in London on vacation. And I was like, what do I have to do to get a 6%er around here? I just want 2. I don't want to drink all day.
Right, exactly. We might have a weird relationship with alcohol, but we do make a lot of really good beer. Underreported.
Yes.
It's not all Bud Light.
Let's see, we're almost done. Learning that the extremely stereotypical accents you hear on comedy shows, like a Jewish mother, Southerner with a serious drawl, etc., are actually real.
Yeah.
We do have a very diverse group of accents in this country.
Yeah. Stereotypes come from somewhere.
Yes, dialects, exactly. The portion sizes a meal in a restaurant back home will usually leave me fairly full, but I felt as if I had to be rolled out of everywhere I ate in the United States.
Yeah, that's real.
That's real. I don't mind that so much because I like leftovers, but yeah. Sometimes I have a hard time saving for leftovers, and then I also eat too much.
Yeah, same.
You guys would have more experience in this, but all the food in the United States tastes sweet, including bread. So does food not taste sweet in other countries?
We do sweeten things up more than... I mean, you were talking about how gross ketchup is because it's sweet, but even like...
So. Yeah.
Our desserts are... Like, Frank doesn't really like typical American desserts. You can't really eat them because they're so fucking sweet.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm like, give me all of the sweetness and like an extra layer of frosting, but that's because I grew up here.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And developed.
We like what we know. Yep, and we like a lot of sugar.
Yep.
Next up, we have grocery stores that stay open 24 hours a day. In the Netherlands, it's common for markets to close at 6 p.m. And in many European countries, they don't even open on Sundays.
Yep.
Interesting.
Got to plan ahead.
Interesting.
But then people actually get a day off.
Very true. Which, in the United States, or in North Carolina, you only get a day off if you work at the ABC store or Chick-fil-A.
Wait, you guys have ABC stores?
Yeah, that's where we buy all of our liquor and stuff. Wine and beers, grocery stores. ABC store is like liquor.
But it's like
it's owned by the thing.
It's owned by the state, right? They're like federally, or they're not federally. They're like state.
Yeah, it's state run.
Yeah. See, I did not, because we don't have these in the Northeast. I did not know what an ABC store was until, I don't know, like 5 years ago.
Oh, wow. Yeah, the one that everybody goes to before they bring their, the alcohol here for the meetup is the one that's kind of across the street from the hotel that everybody stays at.
I think the first time I came to really understand what an ABC store was a time I was down visiting you.
Yeah, so it's run by the state. They're closed on Sundays, but not because of the state, just because of religion, I think. And yeah, it's not a labor
religion,
issue. It's
state.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not a labor issue. It's a Jesus issue.
Thing, but
right.
America.
Exactly. But yeah, so a portion of their profit actually goes to I want to say it's healing transitions. It's one of the what's it called? It's one of the alcohol recovery programs in the state that they helped fund with a portion of every sale goes there.
Cool. That's great.
Fun fact, the breakdown is behind the register, and I always look at it. I'm like, oh, this is because it's state-run. It's giving back to the people. But it was privatized. It would just be the owner and nobody else.
Yeah.
And it was privatized. Nobody would get Sunday off. Fuck your Jesus. But
right. When we were in Hawaii, there were ABC stores literally everywhere, but it's not a liquor store. It was like you could get
those stores are awesome. So the ABC stores in Hawaii are like the knick-knack kind of stores, right? Like all the tourist
everything.
stores.
Yeah, you could get souvenirs, snacks, whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of like equivalent, sort of like Ralph's, but more touristy, right? Where you can get everything.
I'm trying to remember what's in Ralph's. But but every
Ralph's is.
It's the grocery store in California where you can buy everything at, including liquor.
Well, you can buy liquor in any grocery store.
No, not true. Northeast, you cannot do that.
No, you can't. Yeah,
well,
in the
California.
Northeast. Yeah. You can't even buy wine at the grocery store in the Northeast.
Cannot. Some grocery stores you can buy some. Well, in most grocery stores you can buy beer.
Beer, yeah.
But you have to go to
the liquor store to get wine, which is super
Or,
annoying.
as we lovingly call it in New England, the packy.
The packy.
The package store.
Yeah, the package store.
I would say in Montana you can get beer and wine in a grocery store, and then you have to go usually to the store that's shares a wall with it or is across the street to the liquor store to buy your liquor. And I will say that one thing I really do not miss living here in California is the fact that everything is just sold in the same store.
Yeah.
That is nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Wrapping this up, I went to pay with a credit card in a restaurant and the waiter just took it and walked off. Is that also not a thing?
No, that isn't a thing. And actually this happened last time we had visitors in 2019. That actual scenario played out, and we were like, don't worry, they're not going to steal your card number. Because I've seen this now a little bit in the U.S., but in France anyway, they bring the machine to your table that will read your card, and they do it there. So
yeah, they do it.
They're not just disappearing with your card and then taking a picture of it, in the back room. Not that they do that, they don't. But
right.
I think that is maybe the fear, because it's kind of weird for your card to disappear.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not used to it.
But
I have actually in COVID times now, I've had people do the thing that they bring and they hand it to you to touch.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly like that. But even when I was living in France in 2002, it was already like that. I don't know when it started in France, but obviously earlier.
Well, you guys also started the chip credit card readers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I believe that was invented by a French person, the chip. French technology.
Okay. Two more. There's a bunch more, but I'm going to do two. First is the fact that tipping is obligatory whether or not you get good service. Yes, that's because they pay people like shit. And then the final one is in honor of us, and it's processed cheese. There are so many delicious cheeses that are actual cheeses. Why eat the gross fake stuff? And it's a picture of mac and cheese.
How dare you?
I know, right? I had mac and cheese tonight, and I had such a terrible stomach ache that I had to lay flat on the floor on my stomach for 30 minutes afterwards.
Oh, no.
You're not selling the mac and cheese.
That's okay.
Don't let the Europeans win.
Frank and I were actually, this is so perfectly French. Frank and I were watching this little mini documentary thing last night about goat cheese.
Yeah.
And we were talking as one does. And it was showing the farm produced, non-pasteurized versus pasteurized ones, like industrial ones. And then he was like, can you even have non-pasteurized cheese in the U.S.? So after some Googling, I found that you can, but it has to have aged for 60 days. But like, yeah, we're weird about
Cheese.
We're worried about the bacteria and cultures in cheese, but then we'll eat things like macaroni and cheese. And I say that as a person who loves the shit out of some mac and cheese.
Right.
Just a weird contradiction.
Sort of similar to how people are weary and weird about what goes into a vaccine and don't trust it, or they're very concerned.
They have no problem with Kraft singles.
Right, they have no problem with Kraft singles, but like they're super not on board.
Bring that on. Give me the cheese in the can. Keep your vaccine.
Keep your vaccines. Yes, exactly.
I don't know what's in that.
Anyway, on that note, if you guys are, I don't know, whether you're American that finds something weird about traveling outside of America, or non-American listening to this and find something weird about America, or you're an American that lives outside and, I don't know, whatever. If you've got anything to contribute to discussion, thebroadcasters3@gmail.com or 331-276-2373. We love your feedback. On that note, let's take a quick break, and then we will come back and, I don't know, do some feedback. Maybe tell some jokes. Maybe, I don't know, thank some patrons.
We'll see where the wind takes us.
We'll see where the wind takes us. All right, we are back. We're ready to get into some feedback. What do you guys say? Not that you have a choice, but... The first bit of feedback is from Mandy, and she says, I hope Amanda is handling returning to work well. 100% agree with your Instagram post. Got all the feels today when I saw it.
Aw, thank you, Mandy.
It was very nice.
Thank you.
It was. I got the feels too, to be honest. That's why I texted you and was like, hey, if you want to postpone a day or so or a week, that's okay. I know how it feels.
No, keep moving forward.
Fair. Gail says, I love that Zach calls his body part by its name. Personally, I love fun names like the One-Eyed Monster or Mr. Winky. And then she said the mic sounded fine. The mic doesn't sound fine, Gail. We're working on it. Yeah, I mean, you know, they're little boys. They say the word penis probably twice a day. So... if not more.
To be fair, it's a fun word to say.
Yeah, you know. Can't wait to teach them the penis game one day. That might pass some time in the car when we need some tablet time. No tablet time, rather. I'm just kidding. I would never play the penis game with my children. It's not fun. It's not funny when you're playing it. It's only funny when you're screaming it at your good friend from college across the parking lot to embarrass her. It's not fun when it's your kids. No. Do you not remember when I did that to Julia, Amanda?
No, but that tracks.
So our friend in college didn't like when I would do things like scream penis at her at the top of my lungs in public places. So I loved her dearly. So I would scream penis in public places very loudly. But I wasn't trying to be an asshole. Just, you know. Matt said this episode was released on what would have been my dad's 69th birthday. Oh my god, what a fun little Easter egg. He started this film, and beside the subject matter, a squatty potty is mentioned pretty early on, so it looks like the perfect movie to discuss for a future show. Is it called Plan B?
It is. One of the NPR podcasts I listened to had an interview with the filmmakers. It sounds really, really cool. Like, it sounds like a really great movie.
Wait, is that the movie with the two girls that are on the road trip?
Road trip, and I believe they're both Native American.
Okay.
So, like, they're leaving, like, their reservation, and I believe, or no.
Like, the condom falls off inside of her or something, and she's got to go on a quest to get Plan B. I've seen the trailer for this, yeah.
Yeah, I think I might have been wrong with the Native American part, though.
Okay, that's okay.
I also heard an interview with the creators of Reservation Dogs, and I might be confusing it with that. also a very good interview and worth a listen.
Cool.
Nice.
Well, I actually have wanted to watch this, so I will try to remember to check it out within the next week or so. I make no guarantees before we record next, only because, hashtag 36 hours in Anaheim, but I do want to check it out.
Yes, but same. It sounds really good, and I will try and make the same half-hearted pledge to try to watch the movie.
He continues, it's a solid movie. Nice to see subject material like this in a lighter package, but clearly still wants people to take action. Anyway, it doesn't get preachy as the story of these girls and their friendships. It doesn't get preachy as the story of these girls and their friendship as they go on this journey remains central. That's kind of like, remember the Cockblockers movie that we watched with John Cena and Leslie What's-Her-Face? Where it was really funny and kind of dumb, but also had like a message without being preachy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
An unlikely broadcast hit.
We were not expecting to enjoy that movie as much as we did.
I love that movie, yeah.
It was so good.
Maybe I'll rewatch it at some point after I watch Plan B. Jessica said, my only feedback is fuck Texas and their governor, and piggybacking on that, Rose says, I've been thinking a lot about what Texas has gone and done now, and what so many states in this country are trying to do between violating rights, racial injustice, Roe v. Wade, vaccines, and mask mandates. I'm more flabbergasted and infuriated than ever. Not fun for the broadcast, but we may need another Broad Topics at some point. I'm down to do another Broad Topics.
Yeah.
The only issue is, if we were going to do one, I cannot do it on Monday the 13th because hashtag 36 hours in Anaheim. I'm real tired.
Okay.
But if there is, come on, we know there will be. Maybe we can aim for Monday the 20th as a potential Broad Topics discussion. Potential date.
Yeah, that's free for me right now.
Okay. Because, fuck Texas, man.
Oh, God, it's absolutely awful. It's like the more I read about this bill and, like, the language of it, the more I just want to just scream into the void for forever.
Right?
I'm wondering, like, sort of where is the outrage from men? Maybe I'm just not paying close enough attention, but also anyone who was kind of, like, okay with, like, Kavanaugh and all that bullshit, like, did you get what you wanted? Like, I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and also,
are you happy with yourself? Good job. Like,
there's been so many very good points made, like, over the last week since this went into effect. And like one of the ones that's just the simplest one is the meme that's going around that's like, even if a woman had sex with 100 men in a year, she can only have one pregnancy. Mm-hmm. If a man has sex with 100 people in a year, he could have 100 pregnancies. There's no penalty. There's nothing that falls on the man for that. So that's how it's a war on women. Mm-hmm. And the other really good one that's going around is the one that says, when the penalty for being impregnated by rape is stronger than the penalty of, raping someone, that's how it's a war on women.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
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 Well, just the fact that the law was written so that they essentially cut the court out of being able to justify or like.
Well, it gave the conservatives an out for the shadow docket to be like, well, we just don't know. But if you read Kagan's Dissent, which I finally sat down yesterday, a week late, and read.
I haven't read it.
I can send you a link. Vanity Fair printed it out, and that's where I read it. It's not as long as intimidating when it's in like article form as it is when it's in like the legal brief form.
That's fair, because I immediately was like, oh, I can't read that. I won't understand.
Right? When it's in that certain font and layout, it's like, oh my God, this looks very intimidating. But when it's reprinted somewhere, it's a lot easier to read because you're just reading like an op-ed or something.
Okay.
Which is essentially, what a dissent is.
Sure.
But, I mean, the fact that they're deputizing people and they're doing that to get around the courts
Yep.
is
It's
pretty
so gross.
fucking crazy.
It just also feels like so blatantly. I want to say un-American, but I feel like in this context that just isn't correct because maybe it's 100% American.
No, abortion
It's
is
not what our ideals are.
overwhelmingly
It shouldn't be what our ideals are. It is
right. But you have to
It
remember,
is
this is
100% cheating to get your way, and that's what they know what they're doing, and that was the whole point of the law, is to find a way to circumvent the court.
yeah.
It was just finding a way to bend the rules enough so they could win. And I just feel like that is just the Republican playbook through and through.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it is.
It just is so infuriating. It just, I just want to scream into the void for forever.
And Texas also signed into Governor Abbott signed into law the voter suppression bill today too, or yesterday. Time is who knows what time is, but yeah. So yeah, that's the thing. Texas is great. They're doing great.
It's just terrifying. It's just absolutely terrifying.
Yeah,
and I would say it's spirit breaking, but then I feel like those that are writing these laws win. So I can't say that.
Exactly. Don't say that, because there's always I don't know where I'm going with this, but don't say that. Yeah. Even though it feels like that. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe just abolish the filibuster and codify Roe v. Wade. I mean, that could work. Yeah. I mean, that's a thing. Yeah. That's a thing. That might be a thing.
Like, why are we trying to play nice with a opponent that we know refuses to play by the rules?
Because we have a fucking media who has to both sides everything because they feel like they have to be objective when they're actually not doing anybody a service. Because guess what? You could present a terrible, shitty thing in the nicest light so you don't be accused of both siding something, but Fox News is going to still go out there and scream about how people should hate you and try to send bombs to your newsrooms. You ain't winning anything.
Right. Well, it's and what is fair and balanced getting us, other than we are rapidly running out of time for our children's future on this planet?
Yep.
Right. Oh, fair and balanced. But you know what? Fox News didn't even talk about the Texas thing for the first 48 or 72 hours because abortion really is that popular in America. or abortion before viability is popular.
Yeah, people overwhelmingly don't want this.
Right. Mm-hmm. So they can't make a big deal about it. But the bigger deal that we make about it actually kind of helps a little bit. And you have to know, I mean, even Trump was out there the other day, being it's just a temporary law. I don't think that it's a very good one. Which I understand. I mean, people were oh my God, he's saying this. People were joking. He must be saying this because he's paid for abortions. Fuck no. He's mad at the Supreme Court because they didn't keep him as president.
Yeah.
It's literally as simple as that.
Right. I mean, they're not wrong. He is 100% paid for abortions, but that's not why.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's not a reason that he would want safe and legal abortions for all women. Exactly. He would just continue to pay for abortions as everyone, with power and influence will continue to do.
Exactly.
Or maybe he just hadn't taken his medication at the time of that interview and he forgot that he was supposed to be against abortion. Anyway, fuck Texas. Not the people of Texas, just their legislature.
Yep.
Bill posted his first day of school picture in the Facebook group, and I loved it.
Adorable.
1,000 thumbs up.
So great. Big thumbs up.
All of the thumbs up. I love it. Thank you. And then some Matt said Killing Eve season 4 has been shooting this summer and will be scheduled to air next year. Okay, there we go.
Okay, cool.
Great.
Cool. So I didn't miss it.
You did not miss it. All right. Real quick, we've got some That's What She Said.
I don't think I can donate utensils that have been in our mouths.
I didn't see her preparing. I just saw her landing.
What isn't a waste of money is our 69 show.
I'm going to refresh and we're going to do this again.
You guys go first.
It does make it a little less fun when it's the same positions. That one was pretty good.
That was good. That was really good. I would have gone with any of them.
I don't feel like paying for it.
Well, that's about it on my end. Oh, in the butt. I get it. Sorry. I got there.
I shouldn't do this now, but here we are.
Not sure why I stuck my tongue out.
Maybe you just couldn't breathe.
I just wanted to try something new. Wanted to see how it felt.
All right, and then we've got an email from Andy.
All right, this year in Andy's searches. Hey, broads. These days, and I guess I might as well mean the last several years, I find myself thinking of the Amy Mann line, I'm not going to stop till you wise up. Unfortunately, the you so often meant people giving the last president a free pass or people who will probably ensure the pandemic goes on for as long as possible. However, with my job, it is my call. I don't see this guy ever changing in any significant, lasting way, and the people in charge seem to be okay with it. So it is on with polishing up my resume and looking for postings. I've never liked job hunting. A lot of it reminded me of online dating. However, a lot has changed since I actively was looking for a job, from my added experiences in my current job to the desperation some employers have to fill the positions they need. My friend Marshall has helped out a bit, sending a few postings my way. On the dating front, things have been dormant, but something happened that, while not in the realm of news we want to hear, was worth sharing. A day or two after your last show, I got a like, which at this point only slightly raises my curiosity since there are a lot of bots and scammers and women I'm just not interested in. Anyway, this woman likes my profile and I stumble upon hers and oh boy. I want to be clear, I hope I don't sound like I'm shaming this woman and that the joke is how bad a match this is. So in her profile, she talks about her teenage kids with the usual, I can't believe how much they've grown stuff. With no seg, in the next paragraph, she says she is only looking to suck cock now, so please don't ask for a hookup. Is that not the same thing? I guess I don't know lingo these days. Her exact words, I swear. And again, she's a grown-up. Best of luck to her in finding someone for that.
Oh, she'll find someone for that. That's not going to be a problem, Andy. I would wager that she's already found a couple of people for that.
Yes, indeed. But clearly not a good match for what I'm looking for. Then I take a look at her answers to the questions this site poses on a variety of topics like politics, dating, lifestyle, etc. And in this, she reveals she doesn't believe in stricter gun control laws. Yeah, that's not great. She's not worried about climate change.
Maybe she can give a
red flag. Get out.
Yeah. She doesn't consider herself a feminist. She thinks freedom of the press isn't important at all.
Is she Russian? Is this real?
Also, what?
She is not registered to vote. She has been eligible for well over 20 years. In short, don't be expecting any save the dates from me anytime soon. # 5 years with hers, Andy.
Okay, there is no way that this person was real. There's no way she was real.
No, because if she was, she wouldn't. There was no reason why she would have clicked on Andy's profile spot.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm just saying, like, her actual description.
They're just so different. They'd just be so different. Like, what, you know?
But her actual description itself, like, just sounds so... I don't know. Either she's a true libertarian, like we found the white whale libertarian, or
I was gonna say this is a libertarian's wet dream,
right? All the guns and all the cock, super great.
All the guns and all the cock with zero climate change.
Oh, and none of the feminist.
and none of the feminism.
I mean...
And hey, you know, if you're going to vote for Johnson, it's basically like you might as well not vote at all. So, you know, she's not registered to vote. It's fine.
It all works out.
Hey, she wants to suck your Johnson, so...
I hope that at least gave you a good laugh. It's a interesting profile. And good luck on the job search. It's going to feel so good when you tender your resignation.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
It's like, that's not your problem anymore. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Exactly.
And then the thing is, like, once you leave, then they really will have to deal with this new employee because there'll be nobody to pick up the slack.
Truth.
What Shandy said. Oh my god, if I say that's what Shandy said, that's also TWSS.
Oh. I like
a thing I just realized. Oh my god, I forgot to tell you guys. So when I was looking for like things to do before, like to talk about, one of the Ask Reddit things I came up with was what is easier to do if you're a woman? And there are way too many comments. There are 32,400 comments. So I was like, I can't go through these. But the very first one that had the most upvotes was peeing while horny. So we found some...
Brilliant.
We found something that we can do better. We can do easier. There is something easier.
Who said that women have it harder than men?
But cha.
Oh my god.
Also, so back in July when we were going to do that episode when Shandy was in between Montana and Hawaii, I had made a note to pull this book and bring it downstairs. It's a book that we got for Zachary from like, I don't know, like a thrift store or I don't know. It's from 2010. It's kids jokes. So you guys ready?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What do you get when you have two doctors at once? Paramedics. Oh yeah.
Clever.
Oh yeah, they're all that level of punny.
The doctors in the room were like, I'm an MD, not a paramedic.
What did the Tooth Fairy... Don't forget, this book was made for kids that are... It's from 2010, because I checked. I was like, oh my god, is this going to be another situation? It was an era. But I was like, is this going to be another situation with... God, what are those fucking books that we talked about where they don't age well? That Desiree wrote in. Right. Yeah, those. But, yeah, 2010. So, questionable, but here we are. What should you do when you get in a jam?
I'm thinking along the lines of PB&J. Is that
you
where
are
going?
Oh, yes, you can think like a fifth grader. Keep going.
Well, it's kind of where my sense of humor is at.
It's grab some bread and peanut butter.
Nice. Nice. Love it.
How can you go surfing in the kitchen?
I don't know.
On the microwave.
Duh. Oh, my brain is too slow at this point in the night for these.
What did the Tooth Fairy use to fix her broken wand? Shandy, you got this.
Yeah, you're winning at this. I just can't.
I don't know, dude.
Hey.
I'm like, so there's the wisdom teeth, and
what did she
get
use?
Money for them.
What did she use to fix her broken wand?
Braces?
Toothpaste.
Yeah, I was right with some kind of tape paste. Oh gosh.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
What does a computer do when it's tired?
Sleep.
Close.
It snoozes?
It crashes. One more. Maybe two more, because one of these is questionably dirty, and I can't not ask it. What gets wet while it dries?
This is a good little...
Yeah, that almost feels like a brain
riddle.
teaser.
It is a brain teaser. It's totally a brain teaser. Gollum was going to ask this one next. Promise.
What gets wet as it dries? This is like something you need to get into the Ravenclaw common room, and
it feels like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
100%. You ready? You guys are gonna you're gonna go dough. A towel.
Oh, that's clever. Huh.
And now you know, next time you want to get a magic ring or go into the Ravenclaw common room, the answer is a towel.
Yes, a towel.
And then finally, why did Billy have a hot dog in his shoe?
Okay, I'm thinking what could make this borderline dirty. Hot dogs are also called wieners.
But it's also, you know, for like 5th graders, so it's for little kids.
Well, then I think of like, you know, when your feet hurt, you're like, oh, my dogs are barking.
No.
I suppose that's more like the opposite direction. It's not like a 5th grader. It's like an octogenarian.
I was just going to say maybe like a 5th decader or something. I don't know.
I've never heard that expression.
Jokes for your golden years.
Okay, next up, I'm going to see if this guy that compiled these jokes has an octogenarian joke book. Jokes for your golden years. I love it. Oh my God. Jokes for your golden years episode title. Why did Billy have a hot dog in his shoe?
Something about buns. I don't know.
Because it was a foot long. You know, okay, so these are actually broken up into Q&A jokes, animal jokes, and knock-knock jokes. We're not going to get into knock-knock joke territory tonight, but just be prepared.
Next week.
Someday, we're going to do a whole lot of fucking knock-knock jokes. I might do it for our live Halloween party. Why not?
Perfect.
Or when we're live for the patrons, which I think we're going to be live for the patrons on September 21st. So if you're a patron at the Hangout level or higher, put in your calendar September 21st. We'll be live then. If you'd like to become a patron at the Hangout level or higher, or at the bonus level or higher, we're aiming to do a bonus show next week. So if you'd like to do that, either or, patreon.com/JandJack, or go to jandjack.com and click on the Become a Patron link in the top right-hand corner of the page. Thank you to the patrons, especially the ones that contribute at a certain level, and that would be Tack from Tokyo, Eckhart Rickner, Joanne, the birthday girl with a plan, Maggie the Magnificent, and Ed the Creepy Mailman. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. Yeah, marking your calendars on October 26th. Zoom live with us, Halloween costumes. Do it. It's going to be super fun. Bring your favorite scary stories because, you know, it's tradition. That means you, Tasia. So all the haunted shit from your family. Start getting those together now. Possibly we'll do a broad topics on the 20th. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what's going on in 2 weeks. But yeah, other than that, if you have any feedback, thebroadcasters3@gmail.com, or give us a call, 331-276-2373. We love feedback, and we hope that you will help contribute. But yeah, on that note, thank you for listening, everybody. Did I miss anything?
I don't think so, no.
Cool. All right. Well, on that note, my name... Oh, speaking of on that note, Ro... on that note stationer you sent me, I use that every day to write Zachary a little note in his lunchbox.
Oh, that's adorable. That's really sweet.
Thank you. I try to keep it with words that he can understand and read. Once in a while, I'll throw a hard one in. I don't know if he has somebody read it to him or not, but like when I ask him at night, like, do you remember what I said? He remembers, so.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
So cute.
I love it.
Anyway, back to scheduled programming. On that note, my name is Colleen.
My name is Amanda.
And I'm Shandy.
Peace out, everybody, and I'm really sorry if the audio sounded like shit this time. I'm trying. Bye.
Oh, bye.
Bye.
Happy middle of September.
Oh, not ready for that.